I'm I'm pretty sure that I've seen research that was mostly my field, where they asked a lot of energy consumers to ask the same questions about the difference between heat pumps and boilers to AI and which one was better, and almost without any understandable reason why the AI would give one answer rather than the other. It was almost a completely random answer on
Yeah,
whether it was
absolutely.
recommending one type rather than the other.
I think that's a limitation of current AI, though. I mean, if it's not possible to kind of get a better objective outcome than that, then these questions are all completely irrelevant anyway, because it's never going to be useful in research in that case. The whole point of it being useful in research is to find objective answers to things, I think. Could there be differences in protocols for scientific experiments? I mean, yeah, variables maybe, but actually you want to find the correct answer. You know, if I ask it what the best combination of modules for a CAR T cell is, there could be a debate to be had about them, but I'd expect an objective answer. And if it didn't give me one, then there's no point using these things for research at all. I think then the question becomes completely moot because it's not actually going to be as useful as a expert researcher ever in that case. So either it becomes an objectively good uh, truth finder,
Mhm.
or it does not, and expert researchers will always be superior.
And do you think that the market will decide? So researchers will test it, see how good it is, and then they will decide whether to continue to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if the models can do research to a good enough quality, they will be used, and we'll end up with that, you know, obsolete scenario where you know maybe you don't need to have every single researcher who graduates being an expert in problem solving and going through the hard slog of trying to figure out all the tiny details of every single thing they do. Maybe some of them and some of them not. Or, you know, we'll get a world where AI is not able to give objective truth and consistent, reliable, you know, objective answers in policy or science. In which case, the expert researchers will always be superior and will always be needed. And the AI will be a useful, helpful tool, but not necessarily what people can rely on. If you can rely on it, the expert researchers will naturally become less important. And yes, maybe there'll still be a place for them. I think there'll still be a place for training those skills in my side of the scientific research. I think there'll still be a place for having a unbiased, free from influence side on your side of the academic research, but I think they'll become way less important, and the majority of graduates will just become AI directors, symphony conductors of the band, and maybe that's not a bad thing.